Welcome to the very, very last episode. I feel like I say that a lot of times throughout this series. Like, welcome to the very last episode. Welcome to the last episode. And you think it's like the last episode of the series, but no, it never is. It just never is there? Never, ever is. But there is always a last episode for something. And this is the last episode in which, to put it simply, really, I'm 17. Because tomorrow's my birthday. I've said this for about like 5 episodes at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if I've been saying it every episode for the past 100 episodes, but I'm pretty sure I'm not that obsessed with my birthday to the point where I do that. But yeah, my birthday's tomorrow. I'm very excited about it. I've been very hard at work today with a bunch of side stuff that has no relation to Memoria Freese Y4. Trust me. Yeah, today's been... I've done so much today. And I still have so much to do. But I'm not gonna get that done right now. I'm gonna take a bit of an elongated break. I'm gonna record this episode, and then I'm gonna go hang out with Gigi for a bit. Alright. So, I know you're expecting some beautiful, incredible, heart-wrenching, well-scripted message of, me being like, oh yeah, let's see this one. I like this one. Perfect. I know that you want some heart-wrenching, or you're expecting some heart-wrenching message, or some underappreciated, some message that it's like, a 12-year-old would seem, man, that's deep. And it probably is, I'm not gonna lie. But that's not the point. Folks, I have been 17 for a year, alright? Well, starting tomorrow, I've been 17 for a year. And, before I was 17, I was 16 for a year. And before I was 16, I was 15 for a year. I was 14 for a year. I was 13 for a year, and so on and so back. And you know what? The latter half of me being 16 and then the entirety of the time of being 17, although not my greatest months and year, it was definitely a very memorable one. I've spent most of my 17th year of being alive, really, here in quarantine, living in fear of the coronavirus. A bit of a global pandemic that's very, 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 very minor when it comes to really just everything. I mean, obviously it's not, but yeah, it's been a very strange year. Because I really just turned 17 mid-pandemic, and it was like, okay, cool, nothing changed. And, nothing really did change. Like, the transition from me becoming 16 to 17, nothing really changed, because when I was, like, in the latter half of when I was 16 is when I changed. Like, everything, when quarantine started when I was 16, I had really changed, and so... Did I change from changing when I turned 17? Of course I didn't. I didn't. Because, see, that's the funny thing about birthdays. You go to sleep, like 12, and then you wake up 13. And it's like, it's cool, but nothing's really changed. You're not 1 second like, oh my god, I'm so happy that tomorrow's my birthday. And then your birthday comes, and then you're like super sad that it's your birthday. No, you're happy. You're happy. It's not like you fall asleep and you're like, oh, I love Mario Brothers. I love Mario Brothers. I love Nintendo. the Wii U, the Wii, the Game Boy, whatever the hell. And then the next morning you wake up and you're like, ew, I hate Nintendo. That's a kid's game and kid's console. I like the Xbox Series 9. That doesn't happen. Things like that don't happen overnight. They happen over time. They happen, and and I've always said that I've always been, although I've never always fully been aware of myself up until like mid-quarantine or a little after mid-quarantine. I have always been conscious of the fact that when I, turn 13 or 14 or just go up in age, nothing really changes. Like, who I like and who I don't like doesn't really change. My memories don't change. The world probably changes. I mean, it really changes every day. But it doesn't specifically, well, it could, because I just said that. You get the point. And so, the same thing I feel like is happening now. Nothing's really changed. Nothing's really gonna change when I turn 18, because I'm not gonna fall asleep today and be like, or tonight, and be like, I love Memoria Freese, and then wake up on my 18th birthday and be like, ew, I hate Memoria Freese. No, I'm not gonna be like that, because I'm just the same person. Just a little older. I say nothing's changed, but, like my age obviously has changed. But I haven't changed. My personality hasn't changed. Obviously, that does happen. Like, when you grow older, it does happen. Your personality does change, your attitude does change. But it doesn't happen the second you become 15, or 18, or 12, I don't know. You get the point. Or like when like 7. I don't know. I'm sure you get the point. And so yeah. I mean, tomorrow, I'm gonna be older. But at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be the cringy freaking Memoria Freese YouTuber. I'm still gonna be the kid that plays Genshin Impact, alright? I'm still gonna be the person that does a lot of side projects that I really can't tell you about, because if I did, then I actually would be kind of sad. I'm a person that still plays games, still spends time with his family. I'm still the person that I am right now, talking to you. And so, here are my final words, I guess, as a 17-year-old. I mean, this whole episode is just my final words as a 17-year-old. Well, at least for this video. I mean, obviously, after this video, it's not like I'm not gonna speak for the rest of the day. Now, I'm obviously gonna speak, so it's actually not my last, words. You get the point. It's like you get the point. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that my 17th year of living has been a very interesting, has been a very scary, has been a very everything. It's been a bit of a ride. It's been a bit of a story. And that's not to say that, nobody else had their stories, like everybody has their own stories. But, I very much enjoyed when I was 16. I mean, except the latter half. But I really enjoyed when I was 16 pre-pandemic. And I guess I enjoyed all of my years before that. But this one, when I was 17, while I'm still 17, it was a very interesting year. Because I didn't like it. But I didn't hate it either, I did Polar Nights. I self-taught myself some animation. Alright? I got back to doing exercise. I watched a lot of anime. I cried at a lot of anime films. I redecorated, redistributed, redid everything about this room that I'm in right now. I played Genshin Impact. I made new friends. Even though, they may not even be real or trustful. But, so yeah. The thing you should take away from this final episode of y'all hearing me as a 17-year-old is what's the takeaway here? What is the takeaway? I'm curious. I'm curious of what I'm going to say. And I'm also being very cautious because I was going to say something and then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say that. The thing I have to say is that whether you're turning 17 or 18 or 20, 25, even if you're turning 10, you're turning whatever age, don't let the changing, don't let, like, your age, your developing age or whatever, don't let you, coming out of 17 and going into 18, change who you are. Change your personality and change your perspective on people and the world just because of a number that, it's, that states that you're older, and you are. But don't let that change your personality, your self, your emotions. Don't let that change you. Change yourself. If you need to, if you want to. And don't change for other people. If that's why they want to be friends with you. Anyway, that's all I have to say. This has been me. Your wonderful host, Yasset. And, until next episode, in which I'll be 18, in which I'll probably just, contradict everything that I just said in this video, and I'll probably act like a freaking high school jock or whatever. I'm gonna leave it off here. So thank y'all, arigatou gozaimasu, for watching another episode of 男女に出会う求めるのはましがているだろうか。Memoria Freese Y4. And until the morrow, do me a favor and hit it. Suki kaze kai ka no omoide akuma to ten shinosu ka miyami no kazoku sunenen kai raira suru owari ga nai koto sore demo karera wa yasubu します。あなが咲く